And out and what we doing, we can't really disclose. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
We're going crazy.
Crazy.
When Sean Diddy Combs' properties were raided in March of 2024, there was a lot of speculation about what might be found inside and whether it would be connected to any of his celebrity friends and acquaintances. As Homeland Security agents poured out of his mansions in LA and Miami with boxes full of electronics, there were rumors that if Combs filmed his elaborate performances called freak-offs or other parties, there could be video evidence of possible criminal activity. And the celebrity at the center of a lot of rumors, warranted or not, was Justin Bieber.
And he's somebody that, we definitely have our arms around and we want to protect him.
Justin Bieber was supposed to take the stand and drop bombshells on Diddy. Or so everybody thought when this wild case kicked off. But now, Justin's sudden silence got everybody side-eyeing hard. Something fishy is going on. Not only is Justin not testifying, but insiders are whispering that he's keeping his lips sealed about what he allegedly witnessed hanging around Diddy back in the day. And now folks are saying Diddy might have made some serious moves behind the scenes to keep Justin from ever spilling. Could he have been pressured into silence, threatened, paid off? This case just keeps getting messier by the minute. Ever since Diddy got cuffed, rumors been flying left and right about his history with Justin. These weren't just small whispers either. They went viral. Old videos of Diddy and a very young Justin started resurfacing all over the internet, and let's just say the vibes were off. Real uncomfortable to watch, especially knowing what's come to light about Diddy recently. And after staying dead quiet for what felt like forever, Justin finally broke the silence. Through a statement sent to People magazine, his rep tried to set things straight. The rep said, although Justin isn't one of Sean Combs' victims, there are people out there who were genuinely harmed by him. They added that shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve. But hold up, there's more. Sources close to Justin tried to downplay everything, claiming those old photos and videos were just for show. They said Justin wasn't even that tight with Diddy. He was just friends with Diddy's sons. Sounds like someone's doing damage control. The connection between Diddy and Justin goes way deeper than people realized. They go way back. Back to when Justin was only 14, fresh on the scene, just signed under Usher and Scooter Braun's label. What really went down during those years? Ain't nobody giving straight answers? Not long after that, in November 2009, Justin Bieber dropped a video called Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy. And trust, it raised all kinds of red flags. In the video, Diddy straight up says he was given custody of Justin. And no, he wasn't joking around. He actually compared it to when he had legal guardianship over Usher during his early career. Yeah, he really said that. People were stunned. Like, what custody? But it didn't stop there. In that same clip, Diddy turns to young Justin, who was just 14 at the time, and asks what he wanted to do for the day. Justin, being a kid, said he wanted to meet some girls. And Diddy's reaction? He grinned and called Justin a man after my own heart. What? That's wild to say about a kid you supposedly have custody of. Then in 2011, they popped up together again, this time on Jimmy Kimmel Live. When asked how they met, Diddy gave a super vague answer, saying they became friends in a strange way. He added something even more bizarre. We want to protect Justin because he's genuinely such a nice person. That alone had people scratching their heads, but then it got even sketchier. Kimmel brought up the Lamborghini from that old 48-hour video, and Diddy casually admitted Justin had access to his car and his house for a few days. But here's the kicker. Diddy said, he knows better than to be talking about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national TV. Everything ain't for everybody. Huh? What kind of secretive stuff are we talking about here? After that, their hangout started to fade from the public eye. But in 2014, Bieber popped up shirtless at Diddy's Ciroc vodka party at Vanquish Lounge in Atlanta. Yeah, he was 20 by then. Not illegal, but come on. it was still raising questions considering their past. Then boom, in 2021, a video leaked of the two reuniting. And this time, fans went into full detective mode because Diddy was caught patting Justin down in a way that had people online doing double takes. The speculation? Through the roof. Some fans are convinced that during that 2021 meetup, Diddy was checking Justin to see if he was wearing a wire. And then, like clockwork, just 2 years later in 2023, Justin suddenly pops up on Diddy's album. Yup, the Love album. Off the Grid featured Justin on a track called Moments. After everything, people were stunned. Something definitely ain't adding up here. Let's be real. This whole Diddy-Justin connection has always felt a little off. Even before things blew up, there was this weird vibe surrounding their friendship. And now, with all the dark allegations pouring out about Diddy, folks are taking a hard look back and asking, what really went down behind closed doors? When Diddy got arrested last year, it reportedly shook Justin to his core. According to Daily Mail, Justin was absolutely rattled by the news. Insiders close to him said he was blindsided by the disturbing details, totally caught off guard. The allegations were so wild, he could barely process it all. And this was all happening while Justin had just stepped into a whole new chapter of life, becoming a new dad. Imagine the emotional weight of that. Sources said Justin was deeply shaken, especially because he had worked with Diddy not even a year earlier. One insider even described Justin as fragile. They said he was so disturbed, he didn't want to talk about it at all. He completely shut down, emotionally disconnected.
About the connection between Justin Bieber and Diddy. This has been going on actually for years, where people have wondered what kind of a relationship did they have, and really what people are asking is, did Diddy molest Justin?
Like the only way he could deal was by not dealing with it at all, not acknowledging it, not processing it, just straight up freezing everything out. And honestly, can you blame him? Think about it. Justin was barely a teen when he first started hanging around Diddy. And now he's facing the fact that he might have been tied up, unknowingly, with something dark. That same insider said Justin deeply regrets ever working with Diddy. They said if Justin had any idea about the sick allegations that later came out, he never would have touched that project. Apparently, Justin had already taken a long break from Diddy before that album even dropped. And he assumed most of the freak-off madness happened while they were out of touch. Justin had already put serious space between himself and Diddy, personally and professionally. Sources made it crystal clear. If Justin had even the slightest clue about what was allegedly going on behind the scenes, there's no chance he would have stayed in contact, period. And then came the raid that blew everything wide open. When the feds stormed Diddy's home last year, reports say they seized a mountain of evidence, including tapes, lots of them. And it didn't take long for whispers about those recordings to start flooding the internet. According to the New York Post, they got access to footage from one of Diddy's now notorious freak-offs. Yeah, those secret parties that had been the stuff of urban legend. And here's the jaw-dropper. Rumor has it, Usher, the same guy who introduced a young Justin to Diddy, was spotted in one of those tapes. Those wild parties reportedly took place at the peak of Diddy's fame, often right after major celeb events when he was ready to let loose. One specific tape that was allegedly reviewed by the Post was from the early hours of August 29, 2005, right after the MTV VMAs. At first glance, it looked like your typical celebrity afterparty. Paris Hilton, Fergie, Ice-T, Eva Longoria, all the usual suspects showed up. But then the vibe shifted. Big stars started quietly dipping out, and the party moved from the flashy space nightclub to Diddy's Miami mansion. And that's when things reportedly spiraled out of control. The A-list crowd was gone, and the guests were suddenly replaced with younger toned men and women. And let's just say, folks weren't exactly keeping their clothes on. Here's where it gets real disturbing. Fast. The Post claims Diddy was watching the whole thing unfold from the sidelines, wearing a white t-shirt that said, "God is the greatest." Same shirt he'd worn at the club earlier. The footage reportedly got explicit, and we're not talking mild here, with one clip in particular that left people shook. That video allegedly shows Diddy engaging in intimate acts with a much younger male A-list star, and the name that keeps coming up? Usher. Fans online have been spiraling ever since, trying to make sense of it all. What's seriously disturbing is that no one knows for sure whether that young star caught in the video was even a willing participant, or if he was pressured, manipulated, or worse, completely unaware he was even being filmed. Insiders close to the actor say he's been spiraling hard ever since the footage surfaced. Word is, he's absolutely traumatized, and the video is dragging up old, painful memories he thought were buried for good. Once the news started making rounds, people on social media began speculating. If that was really Usher in the tape, and Diddy allegedly used him like that, then what does that mean for Justin, who was introduced to Diddy by Usher? That thought alone sent shockwaves through the fan base. According to multiple media sources, Diddy was known, allegedly, for having a thing for young, fresh celebs just breaking into the scene. That's not just gossip. It's been reported by major outlets. In fact, the Mirror dropped a chilling bombshell last year that had people absolutely stunned. The article claimed Diddy allegedly used to convince the parents of teenage stars, parents who didn't know any better, to let their kids hang out with him unsupervised. And the angle he used? Mentorship. Now look, mentorship in the entertainment industry isn't unusual. A lot of young talent connects with older stars to help them navigate fame. But in Diddy's case, the allegations suggest something way more twisted was going on behind closed doors. The article even featured first-hand claims from former Playboy model Precious Muir, who said she had attended multiple Diddy freak-offs, and what she hinted at, straight up disturbing. She suggested that when those young stars were left alone with Diddy, things may have gone down that were completely out of line, crossing boundaries that never should have been crossed. According to Precious, what she saw at those parties still haunts her to this day. She didn't go into full details, but made it clear the energy was off. Too many young faces, too much secrecy, and way too many people pretending like it was all normal. She said the environment felt predatory, like some of those mentorship meetings weren't about music or guidance at all, but something way darker. Now fast forward to today, with Diddy under serious heat. A lot of people are finally connecting the dots, and the internet has been blowing up with theories about who else may have been exposed to this hidden world. Justin Bieber's name keeps popping up because he checks all the boxes. Young, famous, and thrown into the industry fast. And when he got linked up with Diddy at 14, fans are now looking back at that timeline with fresh eyes and asking some very uncomfortable questions. There's even speculation online that Justin's sudden break from the spotlight, his health issues, and emotional shutdowns over the years may have deeper roots than anyone realized.
About this last time. He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
People aren't just gossiping. They're re-examining old interviews, resurfacing clips, and questioning if Justin had been silently crying out for help this whole time. Some folks even think Justin's decision to completely distance himself from Diddy and stay quiet might have been part of a legal agreement, or something more protective. Especially now that tapes are leaking and authorities are investigating, it's possible Justin's trying to stay far away to avoid being pulled deeper into a scandal he never signed up for. What's clear is that the image of Diddy as some harmless music mogul is shattered. And as more people start to speak out, whether victims, insiders, or former associates, it's becoming harder to ignore just how many young stars may have been caught in something they didn't understand or couldn't escape. Now here's where things get even crazier. Some insiders say Justin isn't the only one who's gone silent. There are several former child stars who had early ties to Diddy, and they've all mysteriously backed away or vanished from the spotlight. People are digging into these sudden disappearances and asking, were they hiding something, or were they protecting themselves from something way bigger? What's even wilder is that certain industry folks, producers, stylists, and assistants have started hinting that what the public knows is just the tip of the iceberg. They claim there are private jet trips, unreleased footage, and whole hidden parties that the media never even touched. And every single one of them had the same common thread: Diddy. Some say there were always quiet whispers, but nobody wanted to risk speaking out. Why? Because Diddy wasn't just a music guy. He was connected. Like, really connected. The kind of guy who could make or break careers with a single call. And that's what kept a lot of people in line. Silence was the only way to survive. But now that the walls are closing in, more people are starting to talk. And guess what? Some sources are even saying that federal investigators are reaching out to celebrities who used to be close to Diddy, including Justin, trying to piece together the full picture of what was really happening behind the scenes. The pressure is on, and folks are wondering, will Justin finally speak up? Or will he continue to stay in the shadows, watching this whole storm unfold from a distance? With each new leak, the puzzle gets darker, and every unanswered question just adds more heat. People are demanding truth, and they're not letting this one fade away. This ain't just music industry drama anymore. This is turning into a full-blown reckoning. While Precious didn't drop any names, her words painted a dark and chilling picture. She claimed Diddy had a powerful grip on people, persuasive, manipulative, and always able to get exactly what he wanted. But what really hit hard? The concern she had for the young celebs who fell into his inner circle. She strongly implied there was way more going on. Stuff she wasn't ready to say out loud. She revealed that whenever Diddy met with these teens, it was always behind closed doors. No managers, no parents, just Diddy and the kids, alone. According to her, it was shocking how easily some parents handed over access. And even more disturbing, that this allegedly went on for years without anyone seriously questioning it. The message between the lines? There may have been a pattern here, one that's only now being exposed. And with these allegations bubbling up fast, the big question is, how deep does this really go? So now, I gotta hear from you. Do you think something really happened between Justin and Diddy? Was he just caught in the wrong place? Or was there more behind the scenes than we ever realized? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading everything. And hey, if you're into celebrity drama, industry secrets, and straight up wild stories they don't want you to know, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the tea. Hit that bell so you never miss what's next. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay sharp.